Fearscape Media Network, exploring the unknown, one podcast at a time.
Hi, friends. This is Kelly with Wishful Drinking and Binge Thinking, the podcast where I get just absolutely hammered and I dole out psychological advice. That's right, I am going to be more drunk than that girl you met in the bar bathroom after your karaoke set who said, "You have such good stage presence. Oh my god." That's right, zero preparation, multiple drinks, countless profound gems. Tune in the last Monday of every month on Fearscape Media Network.
Hello, and welcome to The Antagonists, an all-villainous podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood gremlin, Sam.
And I'm the man with no name, Lance Wayne. Welcome to Blues Clues. You know what to do. Sit down to think a chair and think.
Think.
All right, let's move on.
Sorry, I was gonna start saying, you just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
Oh, this is making me uncomfortable for some reason. Let's just moving on.
Okay, hey Lance, what's up? How you do?
My blood pressure. That's what's up.
Just because of Blues Clues?
No, Blues Clues among other things going on in life right now, but we won't discuss them.
Oh, well, you should know by now. Never bring up things that you don't want to discuss by vaguely mentioning them, but then saying, no, you don't get to talk about that. I'm not going to make you talk about it, but I am also going to be super curious forever.
Okay. Well, you gotta do you. You do you, boo.
I will do me, boo.
You'll do yourself? That is the dumbest comment I've ever made in my entire life, and that's really saying something coming from me.
It is saying something. But Lance, okay, so I have to bring something up because ever since I saw it on Facebook earlier today, it has been on my mind. So, everyone, I don't know if you guys knew this, but our Lance is a musician.
Yes, I was. Well, still am, I guess. I don't know. What's your point?
My point is that today I got to see his pictures from when he was all glam rock. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you right now, I need you to dress like that every single day. It was everything. I'm here for it.
Okay, well, for one, I was like in my mid-20s. So I probably had I could probably get dressed like that and get away with it. And now I'm 32, and I can't dress like that all the time.
Why not?
I didn't dress like that.
It was fantastic.
I didn't dress like that all the time back when in high school. Oh yeah, 24/7. I was like that. But when I got in my 20s and I started having to get a job and everything, it was just for performances.
Oh, come on. You look fantastic with eye makeup.
And hey, let me, okay. I haven't always been, I know this might blow some people's minds. I have not always been the man with no name, Lance Wayne.
Ooh, tell me more.
He didn't come along. He didn't come along till about 2 years ago. I wasn't always a Mr. of the Dark, a co-Mr. of the Dark, Lance Wayne, or an antagonist, the man with no name, Lance Wayne. from probably from yes, the beginning of my late teens to my late 20s, I was known, and I'm not lying. I'm not lying about this. I was known as Prissy Pants Lance Wayne.
Sorry, one, that makes so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost too much sense, especially based off of after like our first couple of meetings. Like Prissy Pants, Lance Wayne, or whatever. Okay, that fits. But also, you look so cool. Why couldn't you have a better name?
A better name? I liked Prissy. Well, here's how Prissy Pants came about.
Okay, please tell me.
Okay, because you're a teenager. You gotta picture yourself. This is why, like, I'm so for like people doing what they want to do and stuff, and how I feel for people that get and I'm not trying to make a big fucking sob story or act like, oh, I'm a success story or anything like that. So don't. But okay, just you gotta realize, here I am. I'm 18, 20 years old, wearing fucking eyeshadow and foundation. I got long blonde hair, and I'm dressing in chicks' clothes and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And I am in fucking Taylorsville, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure I'm not going to say it, but you know that 3-letter word that starts with F and ends with a G?
Mm-hmm. A cigarette, yeah.
Yeah. That could have been my nickname.
Hey, I've been there before,
Yeah,
but but mine's just for the obvious reasons.
I mean, it was an everyday occurrence walking home from school and having that yelled at me out of a car window, once or twice. But anyway, I was friends with, musicians and stuff. Just other people, that went to my school in bands. And Corey, you've met Corey. You've heard me talk about Corey. Well, one day I was at his house, and one of our mutual friends came over.
Mm-hmm.
And he had just found out that his girlfriend was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me and Corey about it. And he said, she's going to call you Uncle Corey. And then he turned around to me and he said, she's going to call you Prissy Pants. And I was like, okay. Okay, that's cool with me. And so it was turning a negative, for me anyway, it was turning a negative into a positive.
Okay.
I was like, you know what, motherfucker? Yeah, I am Prissy Pants.
You're taking back all those negative things that people threw at you and owning them.
Yeah, fucking I was, oh man, I'm telling you. Oh, Prissy Pants, man. He was a madman.
Gosh. Okay. You know what? I'm really loving this origin story.
I kind of feel like you don't know much. I know you don't know much about wrestling. I almost feel like Mick Foley, though. Because Mick Foley, he had these 3 alter egos in wrestling. He was Mankind, which Mankind, he wore this the gnarly
mask thing,
gnarly mask, and he was kind of like, and then he was Dude Love, which was like a hipster, a hippie kind of like, oh, have mercy. And then there was and then there was Cactus Jack, and Cactus Jack was just like fucking balls to the wall, barbed wire,
I've heard of all of those things before. I don't know if I could
I'm impressed.
Name any of them, but yeah.
But that's how I kind of feel, man. I mean, I was Prissy Pants for a very, very long time. And then Prissy Pants died. Prissy Pants died along with my self-esteem.
Oh, come on.
Which was never. And out of the ashes of Prissy Pants, though, came the man with no name, Lance Wayne.
Okay, Lance.
Mr. of the Dark.
I'm going to throw out here, and I know you're going to tell me no, But
Probably.
at this, I can almost guarantee you, because you'd like to tell me no. But at the same time, what if this year, 2021, was the year that Prissy Pants returns?
He's dead.
He's not dead. I don't accept it.
Prissy Pants is dead. He died. He died 3 years ago. He died when I turned 30.
Oh, but after
we got the man with no name, Lance Wayne, though, the co-mister of the dark and the antagonist. He's sort of like the
I was gonna say, like, Prissy Pants turned emo.
Well,
I mean,
he's like Prissy Pants's evil twin.
Okay, I mean, I guess it works if I got an evil twin, but still.
Yeah, Prissy Pants, and I'm telling you, Prissy Pants, he wasn't a very like I said, he was a wild man. He was very
Prissy.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying. But he was a very, he wasn't so much arrogant as he was vain.
Okay.
He was pretty vain. Although the man with no name is too. I mean, they're both very vain. Just kind of, Prissy was so into himself, and he was kind of delusional because he thought he thought he was so above everybody that he thought I can't sleep with anybody because everybody's just so below me. I can't have sexual intercourse with anybody else. When the fact was nobody wanted to fuck him anyway.
Oh,
but he was delusional,
gracious.
So he just took that as I'm so above everybody.
I have definitely met that guy before, like not Prissy specifically, but I've definitely met people who fit that I guess trope.
Yeah. Well, when Prissy was on stage, you knew Prissy was on stage. I'll just tell you that.
So, I mean, but you were like a whole part of a whole ass band, right?
Mm-hmm. 2.
You were part of 2 bands? What were the bands' names?
The one from those pictures was a band. We didn't stick around for a long time. But it was 626. We got her name after
Stitch?
Yeah.
We went with Stitch? Oh my god, I was right!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
I don't know. I know I dressed up as it for Halloween. I don't know if I played a show in it, but I used to have what do you call them? Like the pajamas that button up and have the hood and the
like a onesie?
Yeah, I had a onesie. I had a onesie of Stitch, and I know
onesies.
I dressed that way for Halloween once. I don't know if I did it for a show or not, but yeah, that was 626. We did a couple of shows, but we kind of just that was me, Corey, Justin Miller, who was a friend of me and Corey, still is, and Zach White, who is also a friend of all of us. But the other band is actually a band that's still around today. Corey and his wife, who's also in the band, they did the Misters of the Dark music. Nothing Wrong.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I was in and out of that band for a while.
I say, so like, what was your placement in the band? Like what do you do? Can you play instruments?
You act like you don't fucking know me.
Honestly, it's not that I don't know you. It's just genuinely, I have a shit ass memory. And I know you play something with strings, but there's basses and there's guitars.
I play bass, I play guitar, and I play drums.
Did I know you played drums? Because I don't feel like I know you played drums.
I mean, I'm not fucking Tommy Lee on the drums or anything like that. I'm not like amazing, but I can get a beat and
like Tommy
like
Lee
that.
Jones?
No, Tommy Lee from Motley Crue.
Oh, I don't know names of people.
Oh my gosh. But yes, when I was in Nothing Wrong, at first I was a rhythm guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back in as a bass player and backup vocals, and I helped write songs. And then at 626, I was bass, I helped write songs. I was backing vocals, and on a song or two, I sung lead.
Oh my goodness. So like you could teach me how to play guitar?
I can't no.
Why not?
I can't. No, I can't. I can't teach anybody because I'm self-taught.
I mean, I bought a guitar like almost 10 years ago because I wanted to learn, and I still want to learn. But I was also going to attempt to be self-taught. As it stands, I cannot play anything on the guitar because trying to teach yourself stuff is difficult.
Well, and I mean, I only know when it comes to the guitar, I'm like 100 other guitar players. I know about 3 chords, but I mean, that gets you by when you're just playing, not, and I mean, just, but hell, with rock and roll, all you need is 3 chords.
Hey, Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that we can start a band?
No.
Why not?
Because me and you can't agree on anything.
We don't have to. That's rock and roll, right? Come on, please. I cannot play an instrument.
I'm too old to be in bands.
I can't play an instrument, but I can sing. I can sing pretty well.
That's a young man's game. I'm too old to play anymore.
Oh, come on. People, I mean, like, isn't Slash like 1,000,000 years old and still playing?
Yeah, but he started playing when Guns N' Roses got discovered when they were in their 20s.
Yeah, so...
I'm an old man. I'm 32.
Oh my gosh, come on, Lane. You are not old. You're not old at all, especially if it means you'll start a band with me.
I'll consider it.
Yes. Okay, you heard it here first. There's going to be Antagonist band coming to wherever you are soon.
Well, for one, there's already a band called The Antagonist.
Okay, we will workshop the name.
But also, I don't know. Say I'm not very PC when it comes to my music.
Oh my gosh, we can do so much.
All right.
I feel like there's potential in this. Oh my gosh, we can duel each other.
Yes. Rest in peace, Prissy Pants. God love you.
Okay, but I guess we should get on to what this podcast is actually about today.
Yeah, after this episode of This Is Your Fucking Life.
The thing is, okay, so one big thing about, talking about music and stuff is good because today we're going to be talking about villains songs.
Yes. Yes, we are.
There are so many good villain songs. I tried to just write down a list of some of my favorites, and I'm like, I could literally just write down all of these because they're all fantastic.
Well, and like with me, I guess I'm trying to be kind of a hipster because I was like trying to find villain songs that weren't all like Disney.
I did try to find some non-Disney ones as well.
And one of my picks, I feel like we're gonna have to debate about a little bit because it's not technically a song. It's more of like a musical suite or something like that. It's more
orchestra or
yes,
or orchestration. Whatever. I don't know. How do you say that?
Yeah, I don't know how words work, but
words. But yeah, so like, okay, so there's a lot of different villain songs, and honestly, one of the reasons why I love the villain songs, other than the fact that I just love a villain in general, obviously, is just, I don't know. Heroes get that song of like, I'm here, I'm doing right things, I'm going to grow, and I am a hero.
Yeah, it's like, it's always it always seems like the hero song's the big pop number, one they're trying to shoot to get in the top 40 or whatever. Whereas the villain song, not that, that villain songs can't be poppy or anything, but I don't know. They're just that even though they're good, you can't see them as being commercial.
I'm probably not the right person to ask that question, because I would 100% put all of them in a commercial. But like, I don't know, like maybe it's just me, but like, it's like they're darker, they're a little bit more edgy, they're a little sexy.
Yeah, a little rougher.
Exactly.
Around the edges. Yeah.
And I
I just
love them.
Like you said, a little more sexy.
A little sexy.
Oh dear.
Ooh, Mr. Prissy Pants.
Oh, shut up.
I never gonna let it go. I say Lance might not be on the list, but Mr. Prissy Pants might be.
Get the fuck out of here. Let's just okay, what's your number 5? You go first.
Gosh, we're gonna put them in a fucking.
Yeah, that was the point. Our top. You say your.
Oh gosh.
Yours,
okay.
I say mine.
Okay, so I guess for my number 5, I'm gonna go with "Dance Magic Dance" from Labyrinth.
Oh, no kidding. That didn't even come across. That I did not even think of that.
That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. David Bowie in that movie, Chef's Kiss. It's that entire scene is phenomenal to me. Like, the entire movie is fantastic, but just that song, especially it being so upbeat and it being one of the more kind of poppy songs.
Yeah.
Because you could definitely go with one of the other villain songs in there. Like, you could go with Underground. And
I think I want to say, this is just me kind of veering off here, but I want to say that one of the songs was like a hit off of that soundtrack.
I think that might have been "Dance Magic Dance."
I don't know. It was that one that no one could blame you.
Oh, that's Underground.
Yes, yeah.
That's Underground. Also, still a fantastic song. I do love that song, and also the cinematic, just everything from that scene, from like that scene in particular, with like the stairwells and everything like that. It was really fantastic. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch Labyrinth. It's amazing. But I love Dance Magic Dance. It has this chaotic whimsy to it. And Jareth as a villain, I love Jareth. Jareth is great.
I gotta be honest, because for years and years and years, because I've been a David Bowie fan, ever since my early teens or whatever. Forever. Oh, you gotta watch Labyrinth. You gotta watch Labyrinth. You gotta watch Labyrinth. I finally got around to watching when I was like 19 or 20, and I did not care much for it. I didn't. I didn't care much for it. It may be, granted, maybe I was too old by then to sort of, be caught up in all the whimsy and everything. I did not care. And I mean, and I'm not knocking like the effects or anything, the Jim Henson puppetry and things like that. And I mean, I think David Bowie, played a good villain and everything, but I just, as a whole, I didn't connect with me.
Like, 2 things, I think, at least. The first thing, you are never too old for whimsy. I don't know who shit on your childhood and who made you think that there is an age limit to whimsy, but I'm going to turn 30 this year, and I can guarantee you that whimsy doesn't die. And if it does, I'm going to bring it back.
Well,
whimsy is going to be part of my life forever.
Just wait for life to kick you in the nuts, and then we'll talk.
Oh, I have been shit on by life plenty of times. life has taken big old steaming dumps, but you know what I at least have with all this stinking dump? It's whimsy.
Oh God.
But and the other thing is that, like, I get it. Labyrinth isn't everybody's thing, but if you haven't given a shot before, give it a shot. And if you gave it a shot and you didn't like it, you're wrong, and you should give it another shot.
Oh my God. Okay, moving on.
Hey, what's your number 5?
My number 5. And like I said, this, you know, you can debate whether or not it's a song or not, but I mean, it's still pretty, sort of memorable. Is the Imperial March from Star Wars.
Okay, you know what? I will not debate you at all, because there doesn't have to be vocals, but that is so just
memorable. Yeah, I mean,
it's so memorable. It's so ingrained into who we are as a society at this point. You hear that and you're like, that's a bad dude.
Well, and it's just, you know, even if you don't really like Star Wars, everybody knows that. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like,
exactly. I don't know when the last time I saw Star Wars was. I don't even give a dick about Star Wars, but I know the Imperial March.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. There's times, you know, I mean, I'll listen to it in my car because it gets me kind of, you know, like, I don't know, pumped up.
That is definitely one, like, if you're okay. So have you ever watched Big Bang Theory?
I try not to.
Okay, I can understand that completely. I watch it, but it's like a guilty pleasure sort of thing because there's a lot of problems. Yeah. Anyways, there's at one point where one of the characters, Sheldon, he actually, like, he's in a bad mood and they're all like, oh man, that's his bad mood music. He wants to destroy the world, and it's just the Imperial March.
That's kind of funny. I will give him that. That is, yeah. Because that's how I feel.
It's like, that's the music. Like, you want to go on a tirade, the world has fucked you over, so you're like, I am now going to fuck the world over. Yeah, that's what you put on.
That's just like, I don't know, to me it's just like, you know, you've got your shit together, you're pissed off, let's go fucking knock over something, you know. Yeah. But yeah, my number 5 for me is the Imperial March. I've always loved that. Ever since I was a kid, it always just made the hairs on me stand up on my arms.
I feel you. Like, that's a good one. But my number 4, this one has like just like personal, you know, just love for me because the movie was so important to me as a kid. It was Feed Me from Little Shop of Horrors. Like, when
is that the it's supper time?
No way. I believe that comes in later or whatever. It's the first time that, you know, before Seymour is off and going, and, you know, like, it's called Feed Me, in parentheses, get it. It's like before he starts off and, you know, killing everybody. He's all like, I can slit my wrists if you want me to. And,
okay, yeah. I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen Little Shop.
Little Shop of Horrors has a special place in my heart. Like, that was one of the first musicals that I ever listened to. And it was one of the things that really introduced me to the horror genre as a child.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, heck, I might be a horrible person for this, and maybe this is why I shouldn't have children, but I've considered, if I ever have a child, naming them Audrey, because then that means their name would be Audrey Toohey. Like, Audrey 2? This is why I shouldn't be allowed to have children. They're never going to get it.
You've killed me. You've absolutely killed me. I cannot. I got it. I'm done here.
I'm so, but like,
do it.
I mean, first I would first have to have a kid, and that's a whole other story. But in general, I've not counted that out as like potential child names.
Oh my God, do it.
I love that movie so much. Like, if I could choose, so if I was ever in a musical and I could choose any character to play. And if I was to be in like a musical, one, Mark from Rent. I think I would make a fantastic Mark. But also, I would love to play Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors.
See,
if you're talking about awkward nerd, that's my vibe.
See, I would love to play Audrey.
I could see that.
Because I've always been partial to a Big Green Mother from Outer Space myself.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
I mean, it's like for me, it's just like that movie is just like perfect. It's like, okay, you got a big monster, you got a big green monster plant that sings rock and roll and sounds like Little Richard. It's
wins all around.
It is. It's great.
It's fantastic. But yes, that's my number 4. And I love it so much. What about you? What comes in number 4 with Prissy Pants?
This I'm not Prissy Pants. This is this is to the horror community, it's pretty well known. You are not going to know what I'm talking about. But mine is Sammy Kerr singing Trick or Treat from the film Trick or Treat of the same name.
Wait, is that the one that has, it's Sam, it's like this little thing with a mask on?
No. Oh, no. You're thinking of Trick or Treat.
Okay.
This is Trick or Treat.
Obviously, I'm in the wrong here. Obviously, I don't know what it is. No, it's the same. Jesus Christ. Okay, tell me again. Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat is a terrible horror film from the 80s.
Okay.
It has cameos by 2 rock and roll legends. One being Ozzy Osbourne.
Mm-hmm.
And the other being one of my personal heroes, Gene Simmons. And it's about this kid who loves heavy metal, and he's obsessed with this fictional rock star named Sammy Kerr. Well, Sammy Kerr dies in a hotel in flames because he was doing satanic rituals.
Okay.
And Gene Simmons, who plays a rock DJ in the film, has the last record Sammy Kerr ever recorded. He gives it to the kid. The kid plays it, and Sammy Kerr comes back through the record as like this monster.
Okay.
And there's a big scene because they're having a big Halloween like party at the high school gymnasium, and somehow Sammy gets the kid's friend to play the record there, and he pops up on stage and he sings this awesome fucking hair metal song called Trick or Treat, and he's doing all these spins and kicks and stuff. He's like, I was telling somebody the other day, I was like, Sammy Kerr is the greatest 80s horror slasher because he has awesome hair and awesome pecs.
Okay. I've never seen it, but just from the description,
you can watch.
I'm here for it.
This movie, it's so crappy. You can watch it for free on YouTube.
I'm okay,
but
I'm
it has
have to.
Yeah, it has this cult following. It has this weird like through the years, it's just gotten this cult following. But yes, Trick or Treat, Sammy Kerr. But
not Trick or Treat for anybody else who was confused.
It sounds so stupid when you say all these things out loud.
I mean, most of the things that we say out loud are stupid. So
yeah, especially politicians. But anyway,
so coming in at my number 3, also super personal to me, and something that we've talked about on the podcast before. We're gonna go for Sweet Transvestite from
Holy
Rocky Horror
shit,
Picture Show.
You're fucking lying.
I am not lying. It's written on my sheet, number 3.
Wait. Because number 3 was Sweet I swear to God.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you telling me that we both had it as number 3?
I'm not fucking lying.
I swear to God.
I swear.
Oh my God.
I swear to God, my number 3 was Sweet Dreams. So I guess fucking this works out. We can both just fucking talk about it.
Okay, so definitely not planned because neither of us are smart enough to plan this out ahead of time.
No.
But this is what we call serendipity, not that weird movie with John Cusack.
Yeah.
But seriously though, Sweet Transvestite, one fantastic song. There are a lot of great songs from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Almost
all of them. I don't think there's one that I don't enjoy, at least to some degree.
Yeah.
But there is something so iconic about Sweet Transvestite. Just from the moment that Tim Curry enters the scene from the elevator, that because it once again, it's another one of those that like, it's a villain song, but at the same time, it almost doesn't seem like a villain song.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm evil. It's
just like we said in our first episode. It's almost like the entire film has led up to this moment.
It really has. This
is when the film begins.
Pretty much everything else is just fuck L. Like, it doesn't matter until that moment. It might as well have been black and white, and then finally Dorothy lands in Oz and it's all color now,
which is the way they wanted it, actually.
Exactly. And it's one of those, it's a fantastic song that just everything about it makes me so happy.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like I'm just going to be, saying a bunch of the stuff I've already said in our first episode, but to me, it was just I don't know why, but when I saw that film, the most liberating thing to me was seeing a man dressed in women's lingerie with makeup on, singing proudly, "I'm a sweet transvestite," and just being like, so,
I mean,
there's a little Prissy Pants right there.
That makes a lot of sense. That it's all kind of clicking together.
I'd just to throw out a little bit of personal thought or information or whatever. I would even when I was playing, when I was in the bands or whatever, I would even do some Frankenfurter moves.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would, when it came time to just like hit a bass note and like let it ring out for a little bit, I go boom. Such an idiot. God, now I'm here. Oh, you got me reminiscing about old times.
I know, and I am here for it, all of it. Just, Sweet Transvestite, it was fun. It was a little bit freaky. Like, I feel like, I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like that was a real awakening for a lot of people.
Yes.
It is, for me, like, because once again, we've talked about our past a little bit before, very kind of like sheltered, raised Catholic child or whatever. The first time seeing, a man in makeup, a man in drag, all of that, it opened up a whole new world. And now I'm a degenerate.
Well, and it's like I said before, for me, because I wasn't, for me, wearing the kind of clothes I did back then and wearing the makeup and stuff, it wasn't a sexual thing. It was my heroes dressed like that: David Bowie, Alice Cooper, Kiss,
exactly,
Mark Bolan from T-Rex. And I was constantly, I might as well have just had a big neon sign over my head that said, "Please fuck with me." But just to come across something like this that just said, it was just so fucking in your face and just like fucking deal with it, you know?
It felt like it made it okay to like be a freak.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that like I think, us, kids that were actually freaks or whatever, we related to so hard.
Oh, yes. Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, it's something that like that's something you don't grow out of. And to this day, it still means a lot to us, obviously.
It does. Yes. Yeah. But that's so crazy. We both picked that.
And of course, our number 2 choices. This okay, when it comes down to getting to 1 and 2, it got difficult. It got hard. And I'm afraid too, because since our number 3 matched up so well, I'm really wondering how our 1 and 2 is going to go. But for my number 2, I've got Be Prepared from The Lion King.
Okay.
It's such a powerful song.
What's weird? What's weird though? Maybe I should flip flop it. Because that was my number 1.
That's why I was wondering. I felt like that was going to be your number 1. I've seen you in karaoke.
Right, I know. Yes, it is my favorite song to sing at karaoke.
You're so good at it too. You do such a good job, Prissy Pants.
The Man with No Name, Prissy Pants, Lance Wayne.
Exactly. You heard it here first, guys.
If anybody, whoever the fuck listens to this, if they want me to start referring to myself as the Man with No Name, Prissy Pants, Lance Wayne, I will do it. I will somehow via Ouija board contact Prissy Pants and ask him to come back into my body, and him and the Man with No Name, they can both, they can merge, and I will be the Man with No Name, Prissy Pants, Lance Wayne. But that's only if I hear some kind of,
You got a positive response right here, bud.
I know, but I need more than you.
I will make this happen.
Resurrecting Prissy Pants is not going to be an easy task.
Oh, excuse me. If you don't think that I'm the type of person to try to get people to clap to bring a fairy back to life, I am 100% a person who is going to get people to say yes to Prissy Pants to bring him back to life.
I mean, Prissy Pants, he was such a diva, though. He'd be like, well, I'll come back, but only if I get blah, 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 blah. I mean, he was such a diva. He was hard to, but if I could get the Man with No Name and Prissy Pants to somehow kind of reconcile and have them both coming to me, that sounded weird. I don't know. Prissy Pants was kind of weird like that. I don't know which way he, come see, come saw, but
this is a weird French. It just means I'm doing okay, like so. That's what it means in French.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be hard, man. I gotta go find where. I don't know. Like I said, he went out with, when he saw this poor shell of a man that you see before you right now, Sam. He said, I'd rather be dead than live a moment longer in you.
Oh, Prissy Pants.
But be prepared.
Yes, but be prepared. It's a great song. Okay, because,
it is.
Like, I mean, Lion King, I think that was actually the first movie that my parents ever took me to see in theaters.
It was one of the first for me. Yeah,
and it's just it's such a good song. And if we're talking about villain songs, like that song where you just feel the evil, like there is something about that
I just really
strikes a chord.
Yeah, I personally feel like it's sort of the bar for villain songs.
I'd argue that, but it is.
Oh, really?
Okay.
There. Well, okay. I personally do. I feel like it's sort of the end all, be all. I feel like it's really hard. especially with a movie or a musical, to get, I mean, with not just a villain, but any character, to sort of make it catchy, make it memorable, and also get so much information across to you. Get this is my plan, this is how we're going to do it, and to condense it into something, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean, I get what you're saying, and once again, like, I don't think there's anything bad that I can say about this song. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just, there is still one that is higher up there for me.
I don't know. See, like, I'm just making this my number 2 just because I feel like it's better. We're better off just discussing it like this, but I don't know. To me, it's the end all be all.
It's
awesome,
pretty fucking great.
And that's what pisses me off so much about they called it live action, even though everything was fucking animated anyway.
The CGI movie.
Yeah, they fucking just skip across it.
It that was really upsetting. Okay, so as far as the new movie goes, okay, I did enjoy it, but not for the reasons I should have.
Yeah.
Like, it was an okay movie, but I just really loved it for, like, nihilistic Timon. Like, Timon was already kind of an asshole, but he just became like, nothing matters, Hakuna Matata. It became hilarious. Billy Eichner as Timon Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen, they knocked it out of the park. Everything else, it was like, take it or leave it, like, and the weird and, like, actual animal faces, it wasn't a great movie. I had fun with it, but at the same time, it will never even come close to even touching the animated version.
No. And I mean, in regards to the animated version, just like we were saying about Rocky Horror, you want to talk about a soundtrack that just had that there
Bangers
isn't really,
all around.
Yeah, there really isn't a bad song on it.
Yeah. Once again. Oh, Lion King. Oh, how I love you.
Oh, me too. I love it. It has to be one of my favorite films of all time.
It's
just, I love those films where you just love all of the characters. You know what I mean?
The characters you're supposed to hate.
Yeah,
you still love them.
Yeah, even with Rocky Horror, like, I love all of those characters.
Especially the ones that you're supposed to hate. Like, Brad and Janet, like, it's shaky on them sometimes. But all the characters you're supposed to hate,
you love.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But okay.
But before we get into our number ones then, I just want to throw out some honorable mentions.
Okay. I got one or two I'd like to throw out there also.
I say just some honorable mentions. I would love to throw out there, kind of while we're on that sort of Lion King kick, from Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, which is so often overlooked. I want to throw out My Lullaby. Like,
that is a good song, but the film, I don't care for the film at all.
I love the film. The pacing is weird. And it's like,
the animation's like a downgrade too.
It's not that much of a downgrade. Like, it's similar, but I mean, also just not a villain song, but You Pendy from that. I love that song, but still, My Lullaby from that is great. And also just like, I Put a Spell on You from Hocus Pocus.
Oh yes. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that one.
See, that it's a fantastic song. I can't put it in my top 5 simply because Hocus Pocus, it's a good movie, but my sister loved it as a kid, which means we watched it a lot.
Yeah.
Which means I got super tired of it. Just like the Goonies. I like it, but I can never love it. But it was still a fantastic song, and it's still a fantastic scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me throw one out there real quick. This is one. This is one I hated, moving it out of my list, but because I just felt like the other songs I like were just so much more memorable. I had to. But the mob song from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's
I
such
love
a good
that
song. It's so
I
good.
love that song.
It's so hard not to put it in the top 5, but at the same time, like, you don't want your top 5 to be completely animated movies.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna go with animated movies, like as far as like the best songs, it's a fantastic song, but it's not top 5 material.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you want to talk about Lion King, man, Beauty and the Beast. That's one of my favorite movies.
It's a really good movie.
Beast may be my favorite Disney character.
He's really good. Belle's probably my favorite Disney princess.
Yeah.
I say between like Belle and Mulan, like favorite Disney characters.
I don't know. I like Moana too. Even though
Moana is fantastic.
Moana, shiny.
Okay, so I was gonna save it for later, but I guess since we're in it now. As far as my least favorite villain songs, Shiny is my least favorite villain song of all time. I think it's the absolute worst.
Really?
I hate it so much.
I could see it being like, not in the top tier, but I've always liked Shiny.
It's literally the last one for me. I hate it so much. I don't know if it is. It's not necessarily the lyrics. I don't know if it was the scene. The scene wasn't even necessarily bad. There's something about the melody, I guess. I don't know. Something in there to me, just like it's like nails on a chalkboard. I hate everything about it. To me, there is nothing redeemable about that song. And come for me if you have to. But every other song from Moana, fantastic. Love Moana. It's a great movie, but Shiny was shit.
I'm going to throw this out there real quick.
Oh, dear.
I can't think of let me look it up real quick. Okay. I'm going to throw, this is really obscure. Not, totally, but there is a film they made maybe about 3 or 4 years ago over in Japan. And it's called Shin Godzilla. And it's almost like a reboot for Godzilla. Because the Godzilla films are weird. It's like we have our American Godzilla over here that Toho kind of like... Toho, the company that makes the Godzilla films over in Japan, they kind of they contribute and allow the license and things like that. So we can have Godzilla King of the Monsters and the Godzilla versus Kong and things like that. But they also, simultaneously... they'll make their Godzilla films.
Okay.
And the most recent one was called Shin Godzilla. And it was almost like, I took it as almost it was like a reboot of their Godzilla series.
Okay.
And there is a part in the soundtrack. It's called Who Will Know, parentheses tragedy.
Uh-huh.
And it's part of like this score. But there's lyrics over top of it. And what makes it so special to me, and probably a lot of other people, is the lyrics over top of it are all from Godzilla's perspective.
Oh.
And it's all about it's just like Godzilla's a product of nuclear experimentation and things like that. He's the only one of his kind.
Yeah.
And it's almost like how I take it is he's like, I'm the only one of my kind. I never, almost like a Frankenstein monster sort of aspect. I never asked for this.
Ooh, that hits deep.
Yeah. I never asked to be.
I just found out that Godzilla was a mutated iguana, so.
That's in the.
Is it not right?
No.
Okay, then you tell my husband that, because he's the one who told me.
Okay, well, he needs to be educated. But yeah, I'm gonna throw that out there. It's a little bit of a deep cut, not for us Godzilla fans necessarily, but I don't know, to hear, because you don't see a lot of things from Godzilla's perspective, because some people just kind of depict him as this, monster that just, whatever. But that really gave him some depth, as silly as it may sound.
Okay. Gosh, you know what this means, Lance? I think it's time to get into our number ones.
It is.
I'm really kind of curious because I want to think that our number ones are now the same, but they might not be.
I have a feeling they're not, honestly, because I've noticed throughout this list.
I feel like you know my number one.
Oh yeah, I know. Can I throw it out there?
Yes, please.
Poor unfortunate souls.
You're damn fucking right, you
Yes,
bitch.
I knew I was right.
Of course I'm right. How is that not in your top 5? If that's not also your number one,
I was also trying.
What the hell?
I was also trying to pick ones. I was also kind of trying to pick songs that I didn't want our list to be just exactly the same.
Because we do love a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
But yes, Poor Unfortunate Souls. I mean, one, Ursula. I love Ursula as a villain.
Yeah, very good villain.
She's a fantastic villain from the beginning. But then Poor Unfortunate Souls, it has just this air to it where it's like, I've tried to do good things. Yeah, but everybody else, I'm just like, fuck you. And I'm like, yes, just sign this contract. It's just a little bit of paper. I love her. And Ursula being, Based off of a drag queen, just like, there is nothing about Ursula.
Divine.
Poor Unfortunate Souls is like where you love to sing Be Prepared in karaoke. Poor Unfortunate Souls is my home. I love that song.
I remember I tried to sing it one time at karaoke, and I was trying to sing it. I failed miserably at it for some reason.
I can only imagine why.
But I remember because you were there, and when I came back and sat down, you said some guy came up to you while I was singing it and said, "He's not voluptuous enough."
Yes, I remember that. Oh my gosh, and it's true. You it's like there's not enough to you. Okay? You've got to have a little oomph, okay?
Thanks.
You have to have a little oomph. Poor unfortunate souls in pain.
Well, Prissy has enough oomph.
I'm sure Prissy has so much oomph. But okay, that was my number one, and I just want to sing the entire song to explain. If you don't know why it's the best by now, I can't explain it to you because you're just bad. But what's your number one?
My number one, it's actually a character that we've talked about before.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
So, take a guess. Go ahead.
Are you gonna go? You're a mean one, Mr. Grunch.
Are you fucking serious? No.
What? That's a fantastic song, and it's a great song.
That is a fantastic song.
Okay, I didn't think I was that far off of but no. I thought about that being in my top 5, so I would have been that surprised. What the fuck? I don't know. Apparently, you know me better than I know you.
But it is In the Dark of the Night from Anastasia.
Oh, okay, that makes sense too. Yeah, I'm here with you now. It's a good one.
It is. I don't know. It's just I
In the Dark of the Night.
It just is. I don't know. It's so full of,
It's classic evil.
Pomp and circumstance, and yes, like you said, it's
that classic evil, and it's bouncy.
It's delightfully evil. It's just it celebrates its wickedness,
Exactly. And you know what? it's a great song. It's probably like, even though I love Once Upon a December, it's probably the best song out of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's great.
It is great.
And I've always brought up this guy, but Jonathan Young does an awesome cover of it.
You know, one of these days, I swear I'm going to have to listen to this guy.
You have to. You would love it.
I know that I would. You talk about it so much. I'm sure that I would love it.
But just what a great song. I mean, I don't know. I can't really say anything about it that hasn't really already been said. It's
a really great song. Like I said, it has that classic evil feel.
Yeah.
You know, like there's some poppy bits to it. You know, it's a little bit bouncy, you know, for the kids. But then there's Fear My Power. Like there's this
my minions.
Exactly. There's this powerful bass to it that you're just like, ooh, that's sexy evil.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's just like, I feel like, you know, that's something that drives me crazy sometimes, because it's just like with villains, it seems like, especially, and I get it and I understand, but here lately, people like, they almost want to, they always want to sympathize with the villain. And they want a villain that has all these layers, you know, like the Joker. That's what they've been doing with the Joker. You know, the Joker has all these layers and blah, blah, blah. Goddamn, sometimes I want a fucking Big Mac. I just want some fucking bad food. Sometimes I just want a villain that knows they're evil and is fucking happy about it. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, and it just sometimes you just want an unsympathetic bad guy.
I do. I want black and white. Like, I don't want any gray.
And see, I mean, granted, I personally, I love the gray areas or whatever. But
I do too. But it's just like everybody wants to fucking do it nowadays. Everybody.
And my thing is, honestly, when it comes to the gray areas, I love it more on the side of the heroes. It's not that the villains are any less bad. It's that they have legitimate points. They're still evil. They're still doing horrible things. They're still, without a doubt, villains. But they have a point to where the hero has to question their own humanity, to where they have to be all like, is the villain actually a good guy? The answer is no. They're not a good guy. Thanos is bad.
Yeah.
Like Thanos is without a doubt a bad guy. But like if before he did the whole snap and half the world disappears or whatever, like if you just listened to him talk and like didn't know all the bad stuff he did, would you stop and think like, like there's a lot of bad stuff. There's a lot of people here. You know, the world could probably benefit from having a few less people. I mean, maybe, but then you see him do bad stuff and then you're like, oh, he's not a good dude.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, I don't want the villains to be partially good. I want them to be convincing enough that the good guy takes a beat to think like, maybe.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like, you know, with me, I know I've harped on this, you know, quite a bit here recently, but it's just like these people that are obsessed with the Joker. You know, and I understand some people just like the Joker, like they like Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They like, you know, they see them. Okay, this is a cinematic horror dude or whatever. But then you got these fucking people that are like, they see Joker as like an icon, as this symbol, and it's no, the Joker is a fucking psychopath who kills. If the Joker was fucking real, these people that follow him, do you think he would give two shits about them?
Oh, 100% not. And like, that's the thing is we love villains.
Yes.
We do. Because in a story, we love a bad guy, you know? But at the same time, we're able to follow that distinction between real life and fiction, of like, hey, fiction bad guys, they're super fun, like they almost win. Sometimes they even do win. And it's just interesting to see that moral conflict. In real life, no, fuck those guys. Like, we had a Cheeto as a president for too many years, and I don't like real life villains anymore.
Well, you said that, not me.
I don't care. Fucking come for me, bitches.
Oh, God. Anyway, but like, and I'm not going to elaborate on this. I feel like it's something we can do in the future. But, out of all of those, slasher horror people, Jason is the only one with any pathos. Jason's the only one you could almost go.
Okay. I'd be interested in exploring that later.
Okay. Well, next episode then. Jason Voorhees.
Just Jason. Oh shit. Does this mean I have to watch the movies?
Watch the first one.
Of course. I know the first one because if I'm right, because I have watched Scream. The villain in the first one.
Don't spoil for this 30-year-old movie.
Yeah, don't spoil it for something that's actually been almost out 40 years.
Yeah.
I guess you'll just have to listen next week or next 2 weeks and find out.
Yeah, but yeah, next episode.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about Jason Voorhees and maybe some other things that fall into kind of that same category.
Yep. But
all right.
I think that's everything, Sam.
I think it's been good. It's been great. Yeah. I am glad to have gotten to know a little bit more about Prissy Pants, Lance Wayne. Come on, everybody. Let's bring back, the man with no name, Prissy Pants, Lance Wayne.
It's up to you all.
I don't know how to start a GoFundMe, but if it'll help.
Donate all your money to me. if we've raised about 5,000, I'll bring them back.
I'll give you $10 to do it. Just straight up.
Okay. I'll hold you to that. I will hold you to that.
To give you $10 to just do it? Okay, fine then.
Okay, I will hold you to that. Okay, but anyway, Sam, where can they find us?
Oh, well, of course, you guys can find us on Facebook. We are The Antagonists. Mm-hmm. And also you can find us over on Fearscape Media Network. They have a whole website. And also, if you haven't found it yet, they also have a app in the App Store, Fearscape Media Network, and you can listen to like all the other cool podcasts within the Fearscape Media Network.
And I guess we need to go ahead and just thank the Fearscape Media Network for letting us put on this little nickel and dime show. And with that being said,
and if you haven't found it already, you can also see us on Twitter and Instagram at antagonists_AVP.
Yep. So with that, good night, everybody.
Good night and farewell, friends.